This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's right. We've got the Queen of Steel Pan in the house, Miss Dani.
Hello, hello.
And as you know, we were just joking before we came on air here. My whole idea was, today's the Bayesian Independence dinner. I was like, it'll be cool to start off with a little Alison Hines, one of the queens of Barbados. I didn't really read the whole thing, and it turned out to be like a steel pan version of one of my favorite songs.
It just happened to be.
Serendipity.
It just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was fate.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a steel pan.
I know I did.
Yeah, I saw you here rocking and dancing to it the whole time.
As soon as it started, I was like, wait. This sounds like pan.
That's right. For those of you that don't know what pan is, we'll get Dani to explain that as we go through the show today. But this is the weekend morning show on My Radio 580 AM. I am your host, Big G, sitting in the driver's seat. Of course, we got Dani from Trincan here with us. That's right. It's going to be very much a Cariwest Soca party weekend, as also this weekend is the annual general meeting for Cariwest, for the Western Carnival Development Association, and we're going to be officially kicking off the road to 40 years of Bacchanal next summer.
Oh.
Officially kicking it off. It's the official launch. But before we get into that, really quick couple of shout-outs. Wanted to first give a shout-out and condolences to my friend Risa down there in Calgary. You guys probably heard me chat about her the last few weeks. Her mom sadly passed away this week after going through a bit of a health battle for the last 2 years. Fought hard, but in the end, she's not suffering or in pain anymore. So shout out to you, Risa. Shout out to your dad who flew up from Antigua and your whole family that came in. Hopefully you guys are able to, get back to Antigua with your mom some point soon and give her the send off at home, the Wadadley style. I don't really know what the Wadadley style is, but I actually learned that Wadadley was like the official name of Antigua.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Like Wadadley is a thing.
I have to ask my Antiguan friend.
Yeah. I was like, first time I heard that word, I'm like, what is Wadadley? Like, is this even do you guys make it up? Like,
it's a Caribbean.
It's a Caribbean word, right?
Yeah, we got words.
Yeah, we got lots of names and everything for everything. But, shout out to you, Risa. Lots of love for you. Hopefully everything's good. Next time I see you when I'm in Calgary, got a real big hug for you.
Yes, thoughts and prayers for sure.
Yeah, and also my little sister, she's over there in Florida right now. She had a exam she did this past week. Hopefully she passed. I'm going to call her today and make sure.
I hope she passed too. I don't want to hear that conversation if she didn't.
No, baby girl is a very clever girl, so
Okay,
I'm pretty
good.
sure she did her thing.
She aced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone you want to give some shout outs to?
To everyone that I know, because I know a lot of people. So
Yeah.
my parents in Trinidad, obviously, and my boys and all my close friends. So hello, good morning. I know they're not up, but it's whatever.
Well, that's okay. They'll catch the replay afterwards. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they'll tune in. They'll be like, oh yeah, that mom was on the radio. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into another quick track. Again, celebrating the fact that it is Barbados' Day. I'm gonna play another song. This time you will actually hear Alison Hines on this track.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure that you'll hear Alison Hines on this track. This one is Roll It Gal. Very popular one, very big one that a lot of people love. Feel free to wake up, feel free to dance, feel free to don't dance while driving if you're driving. You can pull off to the side of the road.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, you can do a little rock this way kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back after this track. It's the weekend morning show. It's My Radio 580 AM, and we can get you up and going for this weekend.
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
Welcome back. Good morning, one and all.
Good morning.
That's right. Still here in the studio. It's a little dark outside. Apparently, it's going to be a high of 3 today.
I'll take it.
Right now, it feels like -2.
I'll still take it.
Yeah, high of 3,
I'll take it.
and it's almost December.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, like last weekend was All Is Bright on 124th Street. Mm-hmm. Did you come through?
I didn't. I was busy.
That's okay. I was there. I was down there volunteering with the crew. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, man, you guys are so lucky.
They got lucky this year.
Oh, man. Like,
So lucky.
so you may recall that I produced it for the previous 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The first year of our production, during the setup, it was like -20. It was snowing, and we had wind gusts of over 60 kilometers.
Wow.
That was not a fun, like that setup.
I would have walked off. I would have been like, sorry, guys. I'm not built for this. I'm going home. Sorry. Good luck.
Yeah. Like we had wind, snow, and cold. And then luckily by the time the event rolled around, the wind had died down, snow had stopped falling, but the cold remained.
2 out of 3 is
Yeah,
fine.
it was pretty cold, right?
Yeah.
And then last year when we did it, the weather was better, but it was still a little chilly.
A
This
little
year,
chilly?
oh, this year I didn't have a jacket on. I was walking around with no jacket, and
Were you wearing shorts?
I didn't go that far.
Okay.
No,
Just checking.
No,
Just
that's
checking.
that's no.
Just checking because I've seen people outside with shorts.
You know, I went to a conference in Chicago, outside of Chicago, a few years ago, and this was in the winter. And there's a guy that was there at the conference rocking his shorts, and he'd come up from Florida, and we were like, "Man, this dude is tough." Only to come find out, he's like, "No, heck, he just couldn't be bothered to buy winter clothes because he lives in Florida." And he figured if he walks around with a coffee in his hand, he'll be warm the whole time. And then we're like, no, you're an idiot. Like you are playing with frostbite.
I have no words.
Yeah.
Sorry. I have no. I would have just left him. I would have been like,
Oh, yeah. I was like, we'll call the
You'll
ambulance. Yeah. Yeah. You don't know what frostbite is, but you will.
You'll learn.
Yeah. When it kicks in, see if that coffee helps you then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, I mean, speaking of like kicking in and keeping warm, like we mentioned off the top, this weekend is the annual general meeting for the Western Carnival Development Association. It's the producers of what we affectionately call Cariwest.
My heart.
That's right. You can hear the love and joy and heart coming from
Yeah.
Dani.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next year is 40 years of just Caribbean culture in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And I know that you and your family are very, very closely tied to this whole thing. Mm-hmm. So
Very, very close.
very close.
A little too close.
You want to tell them how close?
A little too close. So my father actually started Cariwest with a few of his friends 40 years ago. It's crazy to say because I would have been 3 at that time.
Wow.
I just aged myself. Why did I do that?
I've always wondered how old Dani was, but no, I could use a quick
I
maths.
Take that back. Can we start over? No.
No. People, she looks like 20, honestly. Like, if you go on the Facebook Live, you'll see what I'm talking about. You would not believe what she just said. If you just look on Facebook Live, guys, you'll be like, she's lying.
I wish I was.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Facebook Live, I remiss and I completely, I can't believe I forgot this. But Mama Zita is always tuning in as well.
Hello.
Good morning, Mama Zita. Hopefully you're having a good start to your weekend as well. And Mama Zita, I'm sure you'll agree with us when we say that Dani does not look like the number that she just said. We got LeVar in the chat giving you the thumbs up as well. He's saying ageless.
Well, thank you, LeVar.
Well,
But so my dad started it 40 years ago with his friends. Funny enough, it's weird that I can remember this, but when I was older, he went to a lot of the city meetings and a lot of arguments that he's gone through just to get for Cariwest to get to where it is now, the arguments with him and my mom, just like the stress that these people are giving me.
Yeah.
Even with like the community not even behind him, saying this is crazy. Why would you do this here in Edmonton? Like no one's gonna come to have it to where it is now.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't appreciate the arguments and fights
Trust.
that are behind the scene.
Yeah.
They don't
get it.
They don't get it. Like we would get comments, why didn't you do this, this, and this, and this? I'm like, have you met the city of Edmonton?
Exactly. Exactly. We get, I don't want to say this out loud, but we get treated a little different than all the other festivals.
Oh, no, I say it all the time.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I
all
was
the-
allowed to say
no,
it.
no, I say it all the time.
Okay.
No, I tell people that we have a different playbook.
Yeah. Completely different playbook.
It's a very different playbook.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But I'm happy it's still going, and I see it every day, or not every day, but every summer, and it's just I get excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, with Trincan, I mean, that's a huge part of.
That's the reason why Cariwest started. Because Trincan started first. My dad's like, the band needs to play somewhere. So let's start Cariwest.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Who do you remember who are those other friends that were with him at the time?
I can't think of names right now. I know Edward's family was definitely a part of that, was a big part of that, because they were part of Trincan as well.
Okay, yeah.
So they got kind of pulled in.
Like Mr. Andy? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy, yeah, for sure. The McIntosh family was a big part of that too. Trying to think who else was a part. If I missed anyone, I apologize. But yeah, there was a good group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that have seen me grow up, literally. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, as we roll through to the road to 40, I mean, we will be doing a ton of look back on history, and I personally love history, all things to do with history.
So do I. Well, now that I'm not in school, I love history.
Oh yeah. I loved it in school.
I
That was one of my top classes in
did
school.
not enjoy it.
No.
No.
Now it's funny. It's one of my top classes in high school, and it's the only subject I failed at CXC and GCE.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the reason I failed those two failed it twice. The first time with CXCs. So if you grew up in the Caribbean, back in the day, we had the Caribbean Examination Council, and you had to do what we call the CXC exams to graduate from high school with certain subjects and specialities. And so history was one of my core subjects. And the way CXC works is during the year, you have to produce coursework, which is submitted to the council, which then contributes to your final grade in the exam. My teacher didn't submit my coursework.
Would you like to name this teacher?
No, I forgot her name. Her name just, I removed
I thought we were
her
calling
name
people
from
out.
memory.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, so I removed her name from memory. And so I was like, so I showed up to the exam, did the exam, couldn't understand why I failed, only to realize she didn't submit my coursework. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to redo it again, but I'm going to take the power out of her hands and do the GCE version. Now, the GCE is the British edition of these exams that you can take.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know how it is now, but back then you could elect to do either CXC or the GCE version.
Huh.
The GCE version does not rely on coursework from the teacher, so it is really all on you.
Huh.
I get to the exam, and they're like, your name's not on the list. I'm like, I've paid my money. Like, what do you mean my name's not on the list? They started the exam. It took them about 30 to 40 minutes to figure out that I was actually supposed to be here to do the exam.
Did you get an extra 30 minutes?
Nope.
Oh my God.
And with GCE exams are about essay writing. Straight up essay writing. You gotta do the essays, you gotta complete all of them, you gotta have a full justification of everything that you're doing. Mm-hmm. And you need every second of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you have to, GCE history, you had to write 5 essays. And each essay, if you do it right, would take you about 20 to 25 minutes to do. And if you lose 30 to 40 minutes,
That's a
you're
big-
done.
Yeah, that's a big chunk.
Oh, yeah. was crazy.
Holy.
And LeVar is like, because you make history. No, I don't make any. I haven't made any history yet, LeVar. Give me some time. Dani, she be making history. But then
Thank you, but give me time.
yeah. But I mean, with Cariwest though, like, what are a couple of the highlights of evolution that you've seen over the last like 40 years? That, memorable evolution moments.
I would say the park for sure. Like the events that happen in the park have definitely grown. What I'd like to see come back is kind of our version of Panorama.
Okay.
Because that was a big part of Cariwest when it first started.
Now, for those that don't know what Panorama is, do you want to explain that to our listeners?
Yes, I will explain. So it's pretty much like a competition. Who's the best band in that country? So for Edmonton, it would be Alberta, technically. And Saskatchewan, I think, was a part of that. In Vancouver at one point. Trincan won a few years, but,
Woo-hoo.
they have the trophies to prove it. But yeah, so it's just a bunch of steel bands coming together and just kind of showcasing how they can play and who's the best band in Alberta or in Western Canada. So I would love to see that come back.
Roughly how many people would be in the orchestra, each band?
It depends. So my band right now has 13.
Okay.
The other band in Edmonton, I believe, has 9.
Is that Pepper Seed?
Pepper Seed.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the band in Calgary, Pan Dynamics, I think they have 10 or 12. I know he's in here. Ricardo, if you can correct me on that. And Saskatchewan actually just brought their band back.
Okay.
From, I believe it was 10 years ago. They kind of dissolved.
Yeah.
And they're coming back. And they're starting small with 5-6 people. So it just depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
And determines on if people want to play Pan. That's also another factor. So, so it just depends. In Trinidad, though, they have hundreds, close to maybe 300, depending if it's a large band. So,
I mean, I've seen documentaries, and I'm not surprised of people from Japan going to Trinidad to play Pan.
Yeah, and Pan is big in Japan right now as well.
Well, so I don't know if I ever told you this.
Oh.
But when I lived in Japan, one of my friends, I'll say just friends, she's from Trinidad. Right? That's right. Jamaicans, yes. I used to hang out with a Trini girl in Japan.
No, I'm just going to leave that there.
See that there? But she was one of the people that started Soca Japan.
Really?
Yeah, Petra.
Nice.
She's back in Toronto right now.
Okay.
But she started Soca Japan. And it's been interesting, not being in Japan now, watching how it's kind of evolved and grown over the years. But yeah, she was one of the people that started the whole Soca Japan bit.
Wow, you're surrounded with people that's history.
Well, she wanted to taste of Trinidad.
That's the thing.
In Tokyo. And the thing is, it hasn't caught on fully as yet. But when it does,
it's wildfire.
Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I think we'll be making trips to.
I'm already making my plans to go to Japan anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, no. Sherelle's asked me a few times about how can we get people over there.
we need to do that. We need to.
I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because I can already envision the parade route. Right. It would have the only place it could be. And Gardner, if you're listening, so Gardner is my my old boss in Japan.
Okay.
Worked for Outdoor Japan magazine.
Okay.
We actually started Reggae Snow Splash, where we did reggae festival up in the mountains in the winter, snow, ice, reggae.
Sorry, I just want to go back to LeVar's comment. You're making history. Anyway, go on.
Every time I say Reggae Snow Splash, people are like, why? But Gardner, if you're listening, you know the people down in Chigasaki, right? Gardner is very big in the outdoor industry, tourism industry. We can make this happen, Gardner. We call the people in Chigasaki. We know Chigasaki will be the perfect venue. It's like a coastal strip.
Okay.
Massive road, big beach at the end of it.
Yo, yes.
It's the home. It's the home of live entertainment.
What did you say, beach? I'm sold.
Oh, Chigasaki Beach.
I'm sold.
Is a spot. Our office used to be at Chigasaki Beach.
Did you guys work?
No.
I just want to make sure.
No.
Wow.
We worked, but when your office is in Chigasaki, I mean, you're not exactly the most stressed.
No.
Right. So to me, that's just where I envision it being.
So may I ask, where is it now in Japan?
I don't. They have a little pop-up parade that they did last year somewhere in
Okay.
Tokyo.
Okay.
But the last time I really looked into it, they were just doing a series of like concerts in different live houses and clubs. But the parade part is always tricky because it's just like here in Edmonton with Cariwest when it started. It's like levels of government, and you got to get buy-in, and you got to get people to wrap their head around what this is.
Right.
And then the playbook is different. And
What? It's not a topic I don't want to touch, but yeah.
it's a thing. It is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anyone from any ethnocultural group that's trying to do a big outdoor event in Edmonton immediately understands when I say the playbook is different.
Yep. 100% different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure a lot of our audience are from the Southeast Asian community. They'll tell you their playbook is not the same.
Definitely not. No.
Right. The Africarnival, their playbook not the same. And that's an unfortunate bit. The rules are the rules that the city have laid out. Why do we have different playbooks?
It's a great question. If anyone from the city is listening, please let us know.
Yeah, if you're up this early,
Yeah.
let us know and we'll call you next time at your
Yeah.
house and wake you up.
Yeah. Literally. We want answers.
No. But I mean, hey, you know what? It's 40 years. Like I said, the road to 40 years officially kicks off this weekend. And stay tuned for a lot more like big things and big announcements that are coming.
I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
I mean, I don't think I ever told you the big one that we have set up for next year. Oh, there's a massive new addition that people are not ready for next year.
Okay, this is an off-air topic. Can we come off air so I can hear?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you off air. She's like, can we go to a song break?
No, can we do it now? Can we do it
do a song break? I need to hear what this big announcement is.
And then I'll tell you guys later.
Because now it's like totally bugging me. Now I really need to hear what's going on.
I want to hear.
Like I need to hear. Like
Yeah.
how can I have not known this?
Right?
I mean, your sister knows. You might want to have a talk with her when you.
I am going to have
Sorry, Sherelle.
a good talk with her. No, but I'm excited for the city because this is something different that the city, I don't want to say needs, but I think just to bring some livelihood and something different. I think this is something that the city needs to be a part of, and all the residents and.
Well, no, I think the city does need it because, like, without the festivals and the cultural events in Edmonton, there's really not much to celebrate. And so Edmonton has grown in population over the years with the influx of new culture, new ideas, new expressions of art form and food and all that. And a lot of people that say were born here and grew up here, they don't fully understand it, but they like to understand it.
Yeah.
And this is their only avenue
Resource.
to get a first taste of that.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. Yeah.
So it's well needed, especially like during COVID. If you remember when the Arts Council was doing the pop-up festivals, and the little community pop-ups, those communities loved it.
Oh,
Loved
I
it.
can only imagine.
Oh, when we did the Cariwest pop-up through near Windermere there, and people brought their lawn chairs out on the lawns, and they were just like,
Their own little party.
oh, they were like, this is
Yeah.
my own little private parade in my neighborhood. Oh yeah,
We need to do that again.
it was fun.
We should do that, like leading up to Cariwest.
Well, you bring it up at the AGM tomorrow, and if you're listening.
Yeah. But just to piggyback off what you said, Edmonton is so diverse.
Yeah.
So to have different festivals representing those cultures and being able to try the food, listen to the music, and just kind of get the history of that culture is so important.
So important. it gives the city a sense of vibrancy
Yeah.
that most people wouldn't think Edmonton has.
We are Festival City for a reason.
I wish the city of Edmonton would remember that sometimes. Sometimes they forget. You have to remind them.
If you're listening. But yeah, all the, like, again, all the people that came from their cultures to bring part of their culture here to share. I think it's amazing, and it's a proud moment for them to call Edmonton their home.
Yeah.
And to have something brought from their home here. It's amazing.
Yeah. What about, like, say, the connections for, say, I mean, you were born here in Edmonton. I'm air quote Edmonton.
Yeah.
Were you actually born in Edmonton, or, like, was it Morinville?
Morinville, yeah.
Morinville, okay.
Yeah.
Edmonton.
Yeah.
It's like Mississauga to Toronto kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of thing,
Kinda,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how far is it? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's like people I'm from Toronto. Oh, you're in what part? Oshawa?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's not Toronto.
Bruh, Stouffville? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how important is that for you growing up here, being born here, growing up here, and keeping that cultural connection for you, and just for, like, that generation of folk that were born here that never grew up in the Caribbean?
Well, my house was pretty much a Caribbean household, so I never really got away from it.
Yeah.
My only getaway was me being in school. But growing up in a Caribbean household, I didn't know any different. So when I saw Cariwest, I was like, oh, okay. This is something my dad put together. Okay, yay, fun. And then when I got introduced to Pan, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, dug deep into the culture, the history, everything. So I don't know any different.
Yeah.
So for people that didn't have that experience, I can't speak on that.
Yeah.
But just being in a Caribbean household, every morning was either panorama or some soca or praying or something. So I was already
Way of life.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Dug deep.
Well, we're going to jump into a quick song break here. This is, again, keeping in the Cariwest weekend feel. There's going to be a lot of soca on here today. A lot of people are going to be like, Greg is playing soca on the air? Like, what is happening?
Oh.
This is weird. He's Jamaican. Don't judge me. But this is Bungie Garland.
Judging hard.
Judging hard. Well, this is Bungie Garland. Hard Fet. We'll see you right after this on My Radio 580 AM. Hard Fet. We'll see you right after this on My Radio 580 AM. We'll see you right after this.
I'm not going no small fret. Let me extend my apologies on a big fet with big flag going overhead like canopy. Rag in my back pocket with a white vest, sneakers and wallabies. Knife tips and tight pants. I never really read none of these. I come from brass festival and from customs and from flour mills. Was a fet, fire fet and licensing fet and them had a power pills. Everybody gone nice and groovy Bungie, you're pushing power still. If it's me alone, leave me with power on a hill. I come here for no stand up. I come to party with the hand up. So all soca people, put your 2-1 in the air. Your 2-1 in the air. Your 2-1 in the air. I never come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. All soca people, put your 2-1 in the air. Your 2-1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 All I know is bass, feathers rough like sea. Going out all night, no go home before 3. When one fet done, we start a soca spray. So we go with way. We no ask why, we no question mark, we take why with apostrophes. Get gal with more lyrical content than Socrates. She could have shaped like a triangle with a cosine of isosceles. Any other thing different, when that is blasphemy. I come here for no stand up. I come to party with the hand up. So all soca people, put your 2-1 in the air. Your 2-1 in the air. Your 2-1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 Show me your that's a place. Diarrhea, girl rolling and petting waist. Diarrhea, rats up in your ear. and small rocks and the paddle up. When you see me friend and them link up and we saddle up. I ain't come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. So all soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. You 2 1 in the air. You 2 1 in the air. I never come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. All soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. You 2 1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 Show me your why not going no small friend. Let me extend my apologies to the big fed with big flag going overhead like canopy. Rag in my back pocket with a white vest, sneakers and full of bees. Knife tips with tight pants. I never really read none of these. I come from Brass Festival, I'm from Customs, I'm from Flower Mills. What's a fed fire, fed and licensing, fed and them had a power pill. Everybody gone nice and groovy, bungee, all they pushing power still. If it's me, I don't leave me with power on a hill.
This is CHH My Radio 580 AM, locally operated, locally owned, your own radio station, My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
All right, that was a little hot fed by Bungie Garland. Hope you got jumping and everything this morning. Get your exercise in. I think that's one of the perfect songs for a morning workout.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
The energy is there. The whole, it's got everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a couple people in the chat.
Hello, Keandra.
Hey, Kiki.
Morning.
What's up, Kiki? When are we going to get you in studio? And she's loving the soca this morning.
I'm giving the side eye.
Gave me this. I mean, Kiki is known for giving me side eye live on air.
Yeah.
She's known for that. And she says, hopefully soon. Awesome. Love that. And it's a must, the side eye. That's right. Boombastic side eye. We love it. And then you said there was a quote in there from LeVar, too, wasn't there?
Yeah, from LeVar, yes. So LeVar said before he left, sometimes your passion must go up in flames before you can go down in history, by Curtis Tyrone Jones.
That's right. Call Tyrone.
I don't know if I can sing that song. But cool. Everyone knows that song. Everyone knows. But cool. That quote is definitely It
is a very good quote.
It's a very good quote.
It's a very good quote. Thank you for that, Mr. LeVar. By the way, LeVar, are you still over there in Africa? Because he was traveling, actually. He was out in, I think, was it Kenya or Ghana? I can't remember. But he was there for some event. And he kept posting pictures of him while traveling. Hey, look at me in Paris. And we're like, dude.
So he won the lottery and didn't tell anyone is what I'm hearing.
I don't know. We can ask him when he's back.
Okay.
LeVar, if you won that lottery.
I just need a couple grand.
Yeah. We'd like a donation to get the Caribbean Cultural Center.
Oh, yeah.
The home of Trincan.
Yep.
Home of Cariwest.
I was kind of hoping the home of Danielle Needs Money.
That's right
donation.
too. That works too.
Okay.
That works too. Yeah,
okay.
That works too.
Okay.
But we'll jump in another thing that happened this week. Interesting hot topic. I know you and I talked a bit about it. Mm-hmm. For those of you that I can't imagine no one's not heard this story.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday there was an unfortunate accident at the Canada-U.S. border down there in Niagara, Rainbow Bridge. For those of you that are not familiar with that area, it is one of the busiest border crossings between Canada and the U.S. I've driven across that bridge many, many, many times. When I lived out there in Toronto and then Markham-Stouffville, my aunts enjoy cross-border shopping. They hate driving for 3 hours. So I was voluntold to drive.
You were their driver.
I was a driver. And we wouldn't just go to Buffalo. I loved going into Buffalo because one of my favorite Italian restaurants is in Buffalo.
Oh.
The best chicken parmesan.
Are they still around?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
On my bucket
But
list.
it was a pilgrimage for me in Buffalo. Chicken parmesan. It just had to happen.
Okay.
But then they discovered, you know what? There's other places to shop beyond Buffalo, like Syracuse. which is another.
We got a driver. It's okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know that route very, very, very well. And unfortunately, this week, there was an accident where a car lost control and jumped a barricade and was literally airborne and exploded on impact with one of the booths
Yeah.
at the border crossing. Now, we shared the story because our feeds blew up. I think everyone's feed blew up
Yes.
eventually. No pun intended. Right? That's right. Get some of those sound effects. One of the things that struck me and really, really drove me nuts about the news coverage was everyone, especially in the U.S. side of media, really wanted it to be an act of terrorism.
Why?
I don't get it.
It's very annoying.
It's like all the reporting immediately. Oh, terrorist attack on the U.S.-Canada border.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, terrorist? What are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about? How did it happen? And then all of a sudden I heard a car blew up. And I was like, okay, did the car drive, stop, and then blow up? Like, what happened?
And then they were like, we don't know. There still may be explosives because there's a bag, and we don't know what's in it. And it was this whole hysteria about a terrorist attack on the Canada-U.S. border.
Yeah.
When unfortunately, it was a tragic car accident. Right. And even when the mayor, the governor of New York, gave her press conference and said, based on the investigation thus far, this is not an act of terrorism. The reporters in the room were still like, are you sure, ma'am? Can we get a second opinion? We spoke to so-and-so that was on the ground and they don't really agree.
Who? Who did you talk to?
You know, like we really want it to be because, you know, there's this thing going on the other side of the world. And man, let me tell you, this would be great for the defense contractors.
So they're pushing an agenda is what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Media does push an agenda.
Of course. It's almost like a magic trick. There's something big over here.
Yeah.
But hey, look over here.
It's very frustrating for me. And then
Very.
people wonder why there is a lack of faith in media.
Yep.
I
What do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Because I'm trying to be
trying to be diplomatic.
people that know me know that I just like to talk and just speak what's on my mind, but I'm on the radio, so I'm trying to be
Well, as long as you don't use any like crazy inflammatory words on the radio, you're fine.
so no, it's annoying because there's also, I don't know if you heard as well, Venezuela's trying to take over Guyana.
Let me tell you.
I don't know if those people, I don't know if you guys know, but that's also a thing. So it's just, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that Venezuela, man.
But here's the thing: every few years, they're always trying to take part of Guyana, and it's
Take part of Guyana is one thing. Taking 2/3,
it got bigger. Yes, 2/3 of Guyana. Why?
like you're saying we just want to take over the whole country.
Pretty much.
Like you've drawn the border at Georgetown. I know my Guyanese brethren Lavar's in the chat right now. Be interesting to hear like the Guyanese thoughts on this. But
Yeah.
2/3 of a country because you want their oil?
Are the other Caribbean countries going to help?
I highly doubt that CARICOM is going to step in. Because what's going to happen is they're going to get a call from someone in the U.S. State Department that represents ExxonMobil, BP Gas, Severus, Shell, Texaco, and all these guys, and they're going to say, hey, this is going to happen. If it goes to the UN, we need you to vote this way, and if you don't support it, XYZ is going to happen to your country. and all those Caribbean countries are going to fall right in line.
So annoying.
Oh, it's insane. Like if there was ever a need for CARICOM to show what it's worth, now's the time.
Now is the time.
Venezuela is not a part of CARICOM,
No.
but Guyana is the home of CARICOM.
Which is interesting because a lot of people in the Caribbean don't think Guyana is the Caribbean.
Well, to be fair, I have the same questions growing up as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, the Caribbean is a chain of islands, and Guyana is not an island. Mm-hmm. And it took a while for it to just resonate in my brain and accept.
Got you.
It's a fair question as a child growing up.
Yeah.
But if there's ever a need for CARICOM to step in and assert itself and assert its sovereignty of CARICOM territories, now would be a good time.
Yep. Stand strong. Keep what's ours. Because the fact, I don't know if you know this, but Trinidad's also
Oil rich.
Yeah. And asphalt. They make their own asphalt. So the fact that they don't even own that is frustrating to me.
Yeah.
And they have the worst roads in the Caribbean. The worst roads, but they have their own asphalt.
That makes no sense.
Right? Okay.
Makes no sense.
Make that make sense.
We produce asphalt and when we say that, like, I mean, growing up, we were taught that, Trinidad has the tar pits and all that. You'd think the roads would be pristine.
You would think.
Like, what's a pothole? I don't know what this is.
Right. But they have plenty. You think our potholes are bad? Go to Trinidad.
Oh, Jamaica, they got holes.
Oh. So you got to drive around the hole.
Oh, let me tell you, like, I could tell you some stories about some places.
Oh, wow.
We've been to growing up. Yeah, it's an adventure, depending on where you are.
Good to know.
It is an adventure. I mean, you need to learn, part of your learning to drive is how to navigate these pits
Oh, wow.
in the road. And not necessarily avoiding them, but also being able to go in, come out, survive. It's part of the whole thing.
I'm driving around that.
Yeah. Well, we're jumping into the news hour here at 8. We're gonna be back right after this, but we're gonna take you out with a quick song, and be chatting with you right after this news hour. And I'll be chatting with you right after this news hour.
You are listening to CHAH, My Radio 580 AM Edmonton, bringing Albertans together.
क्या आप जानते हैं कि रोज 30 मिनट तक की गई एक्सरसाइज डिप्रेशन के लक्षणों को कम करने में कारगर है? सुनते रहिए कैसे होता है ये चमत्कार आज की विशेष रिपोर्ट में। मैं हूँ रश्मि। 30 मिनट तक की गई एक्सरसाइज डिप्रेशन के लक्षणों को कम से कम 75 मिनट के लिए कम कर सकती है। रिसर्चर्स का कहना है कि हम ये जानना चाहते थे कि एक दिन में एक्सरसाइज का एक सेशन डिप्रेशन के प्राथमिक लक्षणों को कैसे प्रभावित करता है। पहली स्टडी के लिए रिसर्चर्स ने ऐसे 3 वयस्कों को लिया जो गंभीर डिप्रेशन का सामना कर रहे थे। अमेरिका की आयोवा स्टडी यूनिवर्सिटी के काइनेसियोलॉजी के प्रोफेसर और इस स्टडी के मेन राइटर ने बताया कि पहले मेंटल हेल्थ पर एक्सरसाइज के प्रभाव को लेकर कई स्टडीज हो चुकी हैं। हम ये जानना चाहते थे कि एक दिन में एक्सरसाइज का एक सेशन डिप्रेशन के प्राथमिक लक्षणों को कैसे प्रभावित करता है। पहली स्टडी के लिए रिसर्चर्स ने ऐसे 3 वयस्कों को लिया जो गंभीर डिप्रेशन का सामना कर रहे थे। इस दौरान साइकिल चलाने वालों को आधे घंटे की एक्सरसाइज से डिप्रेशन की स्थिति में सुधार पाया गया। एक्सरसाइज के 75 मिनट बाद एनेडोनिया यानी पहले की गई गतिविधियों से आनंद का अनुभव करने में कठिनाई में हुआ सुधार कम होने लगा, लेकिन जिस ग्रुप ने एक्सरसाइज नहीं की थी उसके मुकाबले एनेडोनिया का स्तर बेहतर मिला। यहाँ के प्रोफेसर ने कहा कि इस भिन्नता को समझने के लिए और रिसर्च की जरूरत है, ये पता लगाने के लिए कि डिप्रेशन और एनेडोनिया कब शुरू होता है। रिसर्चर्स ने कहा कि स्टडी के नतीजे इशारा करते हैं कि एक्सरसाइज डिप्रेशन वाले वयस्कों के लिए इलाज के फायदे को बढ़ाने में मदद कर सकता है। कुल मिलाकर इस पायलट स्टडी से पता चलता है कि लोग एक्सरसाइज में इंटरेस्ट रखते थे और वे आगे की कंबाइंड अप्रोच के साथ रहेंगे, और ऐसा लगता है कि एक्सरसाइज का डिप्रेशन और थेरेपी मैनेजमेंट पर कुछ प्रभाव पड़ा है। इस शोध के दौरान जब शोधकर्ताओं ने इन प्रतिभागियों को देखा जिनमें डिप्रेशन का जेनेटिक स्कोर उच्च था, उन्होंने अगले 2 सालों में डिप्रेशन से संबंधित इलाज करवाया। वहीं टीम ने यह भी पता लगाया कि इन प्रतिभागियों में से जो शारीरिक रूप से सक्रिय थे और कसरत करते थे, उनमें जेनेटिक स्कोर ज्यादा होने के बावजूद भी डिप्रेशन का खतरा कम था। भावनात्मक और मनोवैज्ञानिक शांति न होने की वजह से आपकी जिंदगी का आनंद कभी कभी छिन जाता है और आप खुद को अंधेरे में महसूस करेंगे, जिसकी वजह से तनाव, अकेलापन और डिप्रेशन का खतरा भी बढ़ जाता है। आइए जानते हैं एक्सरसाइज के अलावा ऐसे कुछ और तरीके जिससे हम डिप्रेशन कम कर सकते हैं। एडमिंटन स्थित डाइटिशियन सरबजोत सिंह के मुताबिक कार्ब से भरपूर फूड खाने चाहिए जो दिमाग को शांत करने वाले सेरोटोनिन हार्मोन के रिलीज को बढ़ाने में मदद करते हैं। प्रोटीन युक्त फूड खाने से सतर्कता बढ़ाने वाले और डोपामीन हार्मोन का भी उत्पादन बढ़ता है। ओमेगा 3 फैटी एसिड से भरपूर डाइट का इस्तेमाल करने से आपका मूड बेहतर होता है और डाइटिशियन सिंह आगे कहते हैं कि दिमागी ताकत में भी इजाफा होता है। एक्सपर्ट्स का कहना है कि अपने एहसास खुद तक रखने से आपके शरीर में टॉक्सिन्स बढ़ने लगते हैं जो चिंता व तनाव को बढ़ाते हैं। इसलिए अपने भावनात्मक स्वास्थ्य को बढ़ाने के लिए अपने भरोसेमंद लोगों के साथ बातें शेयर करें, उन्हें बताएं कि आप क्या महसूस कर रहे हैं। कई बार नींद की कमी से भी चिड़चिड़ापन हो सकता है, सो दिमागी सेहत को सही रखने के लिए पूरी नींद लेना जरूरी है। पर्याप्त नींद लेने से आपके डैमेज सेल्स रिपेयर होते हैं जिससे दिमागी ताकत सही रहती है। अधूरी नींद की वजह से आपका मनोवैज्ञानिक स्वास्थ्य गिरने लगता है। नींद की कमी के कारण तनाव, सिर दर्द और खराब मूड की परेशानी हो सकती है। इसलिए आपको रोजाना 7 से 8 घंटे की नींद लेनी चाहिए और रात के वक्त गैजेट्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं करना चाहिए और कैफीन वाले ड्रिंक्स का इस्तेमाल कम करना चाहिए। तो आज की विशेष रिपोर्ट में इतना ही। मुझे रश्मि को दीजिए इजाजत। सुनते रहिए माई रेडियो 580 AM। नमस्कार।
Has it been a minute? Washing your car this season is crucial. Sand, salt, and ice melt are harmful for your finish. Stop into Bubbles today. We offer the only worry-free winter car wash. We hand wash, towel dry, and pay special attention to your door seals. We air dry and de-ice your locks and latches too. Drive confident and clean all season long with Bubbles Car Wash and Detail Centers. Simply the best.
अफसाना है माय रेडियो, हर दिल का तराना है माय रेडियो, एक नया ज़माना है माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो, माय रेडियो।
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together. Bringing Albertans together.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Good morning.
That's right. Good morning. Miss Dani is still here in the house.
Unfortunately, no, I'm kidding. I love it here.
I mean, you got the sunrise about to come up over the. Maybe if the clouds moved away a little bit.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what sun?
Oh no! I mean, you know, you kind of see if you look closely.
Squint your left eye.
Yeah, there's
Got
a
you,
little
got
something going. You can see there's a little something.
well, it's nice, a pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a sign of the, a little something going on over there. But that was Kessel the Band that we just dropped for you. Oh geez, Mental Day. That's what that was. That track was. But we're back here in studio, the second half of the hour of the show. Wanted to jump in real quickly to my weekly award. You guys know what the weekly award is?
No, what is it for those that don't know?
The north end of the southbound donkey moment of the week.
Oh.
Let me say it again. The north end of a southbound donkey moment of the week.
You need sound effects.
Yeah. I need to get like a hee-haw.
Yeah.
Or
I'll work on that for you.
Yeah, I'll work on that hee-haw. And I mean, there are some good candidates this week.
That was a lot.
There are a lot of good candidates this week. So many good candidates this week. But there's one candidate that she's so good that I had to bring her back again.
Oh no.
For the exact same situation.
Oh no.
Almost like a part 2.
Oh, shame. She didn't learn the first time.
Oh. You guys have heard me speak about this most famous Jamaican chef.
Oh.
Alice the Crab Lady. That's right. Alice the Crab Lady is back in the news again.
What'd she do?
Well, for those of you, let me do a quick recap on
yes.
Alice the Crab Lady.
Yes.
For those of you that may have missed the first time she got this, she's the first 2-time winner.
What? We see sound effects. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We need to get that.
The first 2-time winner.
Yeah.
So Alice the Crab Lady, she's a crab vendor, sells land crab there in Kingston, or used to rather. Land crab is a very big thing in Jamaica. Downtown, in this area called Hero Circle, we have something called the Crab Village.
Okay.
And it's a row of vendors, and they sell like crab, soups, roast corn. Really popular spot for Jamaican street food.
We need that here.
Oh, yeah. I don't eat land crab, though. I refuse to eat it.
Okay.
Never did as a kid. Can't do it. Okay. But Alice was the most popular of all.
Okay.
Like, internationally acclaimed.
Wow.
Like, you had every major YouTube food blogger flying into Kingston to do a segment with Alice the Crab Lady.
I bet they regret that now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure they're probably, like, scrubbing that off the internet. Mm-hmm. Their reputation's on the line.
Yeah.
But why would they scrub it off the internet?
Pun not intended.
Pun very much intended. Well, Alice the Crab Lady was caught by one of the fellow vendors on video doing the business in front of the crab pot or behind the crab pot in the crab bucket.
Ugh.
As I once famously said when LeVar was on here when we broke the story, she was wiping with the left, serving crab with the right.
I hope none of you guys are eating breakfast right now. You should have had that
Disclaimer.
disclaimer before you.
Yeah. Should have probably had that disclaimer beforehand.
Yeah.
But she did her business. And as a result, Crab Circle was shut down. Jamaican government moved in, shut it right down.
Wow.
They're like, nope, wait, no.
Couldn't just kick her out.
No.
Shut the whole.
No, shut the whole. They came with a one of those big water tankers.
No.
Hosed down the whole place. They were not playing.
I would have been pissed.
Oh, Jamaicans around the world were livid.
Wow.
Like if you go on TikTok and just do Alice the Crab Lady, oh man.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Got you. I will do that later.
Oh yeah. Even one of the famous YouTube guys that was there, he did a whole, like he actually had gone shot the footage and was using it as teasers before the release of his thing, and then the Alice the Crab Lady thing dropped, and he came out, he's like, yeah, we're scrubbing that from the show.
Wow.
Yeah. It was bad.
I hope you didn't eat.
Yeah, no, they were eating the crab. They were like dipping it in the water, and all kinds of stuff going on there.
With water?
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. I mean, if you know anything about land crab, it's a very, very good point. I mean, she was like using her hand to sit. Yeah, no gloves, no nothing. Right? And then in the video, you see her like, chatting it up, talking about how great her soup is and her crab. Yeah, terrible. But why is she back for the award? Well, Crab Circle, Crab Village, officially reopened, I want to say on Thursday. Officially reopened. Now, part of the reopening was the city of Kingston went in and did some renovations to Crab Village.
Oh, okay.
So they actually put in sinks for hand washing and all that. Okay. Redid the bathrooms, make sure that there's lots of bathrooms there and everything. Whole big thing. Okay. Actually made an effort to hire people in terms of helping with food handlers, sanitation, all that stuff. But then all the chefs, people that are cooking, they had to go and recertify their food handler's permit before you were allowed to go back onto Crab Circle to sell.
Okay, makes sense.
Ton of sense.
Yeah.
Especially since when they shut it down, they realized none of them had renewed their food handlers.
Got
permits.
you. Okay.
Alice.
What did she do?
Alice. She comes out and says she's not doing any food handler's course because nobody can teach her how to cook.
Sorry for the silence. But this has nothing to do about you cooking.
Hence, the North End of a Southbound Donkey Moment of the Week award.
Got you. Need sound effects.
We need sound effects.
This is insert sound effect here.
Yeah. I actually have a hotkey thing here that I'm going to message Sugmani this week and with some hotkey things. She could program it in.
Okay, we'll do that.
We'll get that sorted.
Yeah.
So Crab Circle has reopened.
Without her.
There's no Alice. She has lost her whole business. All because
She doesn't.
she believes nobody can teach her how to cook.
So here's the thing. Can she do it at her house?
No, food handler's permits, you have to oh, you mean because you cook at her house?
Can she sell out of her? Is that a thing?
You still need a food handler's permit.
Okay.
And because she is so now notorious and synonymous with this incident,
She can't get away.
yeah, there's no way
I was
she
just
can.
wondering.
Yeah,
There's a workaround.
no, there's no way she can open up anything related to food and the authorities not immediately show up.
Interesting.
Like immediately, it'll
Yeah.
be instant.
Yeah. Well, no one can tell her how to cook, so.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, food handler's permits has nothing to do with your cooking skills.
We all know that.
You think somebody would tell her that?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So, long story short, if you're heading back into Kingston, it's now safe.
That's no safe.
It's now safe to go and get your street food at the Crab Village.
Can't wait.
Yeah, they even have nice little shirts, chef shirts with their names on it now.
So they really stepped up.
Oh
their
yeah,
game.
yeah. No,
Okay.
people stepped up, man. Like people were like donating different things. Oh yeah, people stepped up.
Okay.
People stepped up. One guy showed up and dropped like $500,000 Jamaican dollars on crab and soup. It was like, wow, okay, like good for you, bro.
Wow.
So yeah, no, it's
Okay. So this thriving without her.
yeah, it's this thriving without her. The community came out and people love their crab, and they want to make sure all the vendors are they're doing their thing because it actually has a spin-off effect because that facility they moved a lot of crab, so there are a lot of crab farmers
Okay.
that for the last few weeks haven't been able to make money because there's no places, there's no vendors to purchase their product.
Right.
So now, and then you also have in the marketplace with the different farmers and food vendors for the soups and all those things. So it does have a downward effect.
Right.
So now that it's reopened, people really went out in force, and everybody that had a microphone or could like hold a camera was there for their blog and their podcast and interviewing people
That's good.
Well, yes and no, because some of the people were like, just leave me alone so I can cook.
Oh. There is that part.
There's that part of it too, right?
There is that part.
There's that part of it too. But like I said, it is the Crab Circle, Crab Village is reopened.
Yay.
So when do you plan to go to Jamaica?
That's a great question.
Because Alice Crab Lady, she's not there, so I'd suggest.
But what if I wanted to? Never mind. I take that back.
Take that back. Well, we're gonna do a quick little song break here. This is Ricardo Drew, Antiguan artist. This is a shout out to one, of course, we're doing Cariwest, but also to Risa there. And we'll be back right after this track.
They call me Bond. Vagabond. Agent 009.
अफसाना है my radio हर दिल का तराना है my radio एक नया ज़माना है my radio my radio my radio
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We were just kind of joking a while ago that somehow I hit the right song with Ricardo Drew, and it wrapped up right at when that hot drop thing comes right in.
I'm just saying, if you win the lottery,
It's my fault.
no. Well, I need a couple grand to the Danielle Needs Money donation.
All right, I'll hook it up.
Okay.
I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up. But let's take a minute to give a shout out to one of the sponsors for the show, BCW, Black Canadian Women in Action. BCW in Action is a bilingual charity committed to making a difference in the lives of Black Canadian communities. BCW in Action promotes the empowerment of Black Canadian women, girls, and families in all sectors of society. BCW in Action, they also bring together entrepreneurs and professionals to provide them with the opportunities to develop themselves personally, professionally, through things like advocacy, education, leadership, networking, skill building, economic empowerment, and programs. One of the things that BCW just dropped last night, and kudos to them, is the anti-racism toolkit. Hours and hours and hours and months and months and months of work and research and putting together what is a really comprehensive toolkit to anti-racism and how to navigate those waters within your organization. If you want to know more about the anti-racism toolkit, how to get a hold of a copy, how to apply it, and get consultation services for how you can use it within your company, organization, check them out, bcwinaction.ca, and they're there to help and provide all that information that you need. Shout out to Mama Jean over at
Yes,
BCW.
doing great work over there.
Awesome. So we were going through the rundown. We have a number of things that we still haven't even, we're probably not going to touch today.
We're gonna just
We're gonna hit a couple.
we're gonna power through it.
Power through it. But we know we had one that you had brought up to me yesterday that you definitely want us to touch on. I don't know if you
Yes.
wanted to
Let me get prepared here.
get prepared here. Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Oh, start over.
This is what black people look like. It could represent black fraternities, sororities, black churches. And what you will notice about these beautiful, educated, and money black people is that everybody's doing their own thing. Caught up in a Eurocentric value of rugged individualism, survival of the fittest. It's a trick. There is no power here, brothers and sisters. Willie Lynch understood this. This is where all the power is. Whether you're at the center of your own network or a part of other networks, this is where all the power is. There's a beautiful African proverb that says that when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. This is what black...
So yeah.
Yeah. Now, just to give you the kind of visual on it, it starts off where he's showing up a sheet of paper with a bunch of dots,
Yep. All separated.
all separated. And then he gets to the crux of the argument when he turns it around, and when he says that that's not where the real power is, and he flips it around, and those dots are connected in a web of a network.
Yep.
And that's where the real power is.
Yep. I 100% agree. I feel like the black community is very crab in the bucket mentality. We'll tear each other down to get to the next level, and we're stronger if we work together.
A lot of people don't get that.
And I don't understand why.
Well, I think everyone, or well, not everyone, but a lot of people feel that there's a need for self-preservation and not fully understanding that self-preservation doesn't mean you're the Lone Ranger out there that should be the only person in the space doing something.
Yep.
But self-preservation can also mean strength in numbers.
Exactly.
No, it's one of those things. It is. It is. It really is.
Yeah. And I'm the type of person, if someone comes to me asking me, is there a hairdresser that can deal with my hair? I will send them that way. I am very proactive in celebrating my culture the people around me, even though if I don't get along with them, I will still send people their way. And it's frustrating that it's not, I don't want it returned, but it's not extended to other people. And it's frustrating.
I've learned to just ignore it. That part of it.
How can you ignore it? It's in your face.
It's in your face.
It's in your face.
But like, I mean, I'm also known for, like, if I open the door, I try to bring
other people with me.
Without any expectations.
Yeah, 100%.
At all. And there are other people that criticize me for doing that, and I'm like, if we're all surviving and we're all succeeding and we're all having a good time, it's better for everybody.
Exactly.
And also, I currently teach a marketing course at the Africa Center.
Okay.
On Wednesdays. And we had one of the unit points was about the word competition. And Bobby T is my partner in teaching on this thing. So he and I, we do the classes together. And we riff off each other in getting some of the points across.
Right.
And one of the things that when we're talking about competition that we brought up was competition doesn't mean you're going after people. And in business, it's also good to work with your competition.
Exactly.
Or your perceived competition. And literally everyone in the class was like, why would you do that?
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like a different concept. It was like, work with my competition. And I had to put it in context. And I said, listen, if I have a project that I'm pitching for a client, and the perfect example of it actually is me and Bobby T.
Right.
So I own OE Media. He owns Version Me Media.
Yeah.
These are two media companies. People would assume that Version Me and OE would never work together on anything. And I'm like, well, no, here's the problem. Or the thing. There's certain things that I'm really good at. And there's certain things I'm not very good at.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that Bobby T's good at. And there's certain things he's not very good at. And if I have something on my table as a proposal for a job that I can close right here, right now, and all I have to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, Bobby T, I'm good at this, you're good at this, let's come together and make this one thing happen and get the business.
Yeah.
Am I literally going to say no to the business? I'd be an idiot.
Exactly. Exactly.
Eyes opened in class.
Do they know that Pepsi has a whole bunch of entities and they're literally competing within themselves?
Most people don't know that.
Yeah. People need to know that. Same thing with Coke and what was the other brand?
All the big, like
all the big names.
P&G, like all of them.
They're all competing within themselves.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean, I tell people all the time, like, if you think that these, like, say, the big five banks are competing, I'm sorry, they're all at the same country club having whiskey and brandy
Making
and cigar.
jokes.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Laughing at us.
Yep. Stupid people.
If they only knew.
If they only knew. If you go to this bank, you do know your money is really at this bank.
Yeah, you really think the oil and gas guys are not just all hanging out right now? In Dubai.
In Cuba.
Yeah, in Cuba. Or the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
Just
chilling.
Yeah. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
But we think it's competition. It's like, no.
It's not. It's not. It's healthy competition. If you want to see it that way.
Yeah. So do you think Edmonton or community the black community here will ever get to a place of like true networking?
I don't think in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I really don't think so. Especially, I don't think we've gained anything at this point. Like there's small groups that do work together, but it's not big enough to make an impact. Where the other cultures will be like, oh, we need to watch out for them. They're just like, they'll fight within themselves. They'll implode. It's okay. And we need to get away from that.
Yeah. And I mean, and a lot of that is a holdover from colonialism.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's funny at the BCW thing yesterday, one of the keynote speakers, she brought up a really interesting historical point between the Caribbean community and the African community. And, she grew up in the 50s.
Okay.
And she was saying how in that time of her growing up, you were taught that if you're from the Caribbean, because you're closer to Western civilization, you were somehow better than continental Africans.
Did not know that.
Yeah, she's like, that was a real thing, real lesson taught and ingrained in people in that era.
Wow.
And I was like, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Mind blown. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, mind blown. I'm like trying to process it. That is insane.
Yeah, but that is the a colonial
mindset,
right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the books were written by the colonizers.
Of course. Brainwashing.
Yeah, I mean the British. Say what you want to say about the British, good or bad, and the French. Their only contribution to world history was social engineering. That is it. If you look at a lot of the conflicts around the world today, it goes back to Britain or France.
Yep. Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Just trace it back.
Yep.
Britain or France. And something to do with some kind of colonial social engineering project that they masterfully executed. And I say that with every cynicism in the world, the world masterful.
Yeah, it's... Before I get into it too much... Because we need to talk about other things, like the AI technology.
Yeah, we're going to get into the AI technology. There's like 4 minutes before there's another like hot pink drop kind of thing.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll play another quick track. We'll do another Ricardo Drew track here
I gotta think
as
of a
we
song.
head into that thing. You think I could get the timing right again?
If you do, I'm telling you, go buy a lottery ticket.
All right, let's see how we do it with this one. This is Ricardo Drew, Weekend Morning Show. We'll be right back after this track. Let's see how we do it with this one. This is Ricardo Drew, Weekend Morning Show. We'll be right back after this track.
When you're drifting around, का तराना है my radio एक नया जमाना है my radio my radio my radio
My Radio 580 AM, bringing Albertans together.
All right, welcome back. We tried to do the whole syncing up that last song with a break, but you know what? I was off by like 15 seconds.
I still say buy a lottery ticket.
That's right. I'm gonna hook that up. Hook that up real quick. But before I buy a lottery ticket and then donate to the Dani Fund,
Yes.
let's give a shout out to Futurepreneur, one of the proud sponsors of the weekend morning show here at My Radio 580 AM. You know, Futurepreneur, they have been celebrating and supporting young black entrepreneurs in Canada, aged 18 to 39, for over 25 years. They offer financing in the form of a loan to startup businesses, as well as one-on-one mentorship. Back in March 2021, they launched a program to address the specific needs faced by young black entrepreneurs in Canada with the Futurepreneur Black Entrepreneurship Startup Program. And since they've launched that program, they've helped close to 300 black entrepreneurs across Canada looking for to find routes to starting their businesses. One of those businesses is actually down on White Ave, the Fat Bar Cafe. Huh. Yeah. It's black-owned coffee shop. Brian, last name is Curry. Brian Curry, right, is the proud owner of that establishment. Definitely go check them out. They are bringing, so they've been open since February, and they're rolling out their Caribbean Christmas cake this season. Go check them out. Give them your feedback.
Can I ask for extra rum?
You could probably ask them for extra rum.
Okay.
But, but Brian did a lot of work just to make sure he tried to get it right, so that everybody could enjoy it.
But I want that pool of my... Okay.
But Fat Bar, check them out.
I would definitely.
For more information on what's going on with Futurepreneur, check them out, futurepreneur.ca/BESP. And for a coffee, check out Fat Bar Cafe down there on White Avenue.
That's a good location.
It's a great spot.
Yeah.
It's White Avenue and 108.
Oh, so they're like right there.
Yeah, so they're right by there's 82nd and 109th.
Mm-hmm.
Not far from the university.
Yeah.
So you come a little further up, past the RBC, and it's a great little spot.
I know what I'm doing today.
Hey.
They're open today, right?
Yeah, they're open today.
Okay.
Yeah, they're open today. Yeah, they're open today. When you pop in, just say what's up to Brian, see if he's there. And it's a cool little spot to just chill, relax. They're open late as well too, for a coffee shop. So they're open to like midnight.
Yo. Okay, I am there.
Yeah,
that's my new Friday night spot.
That's right. That's right. Cool. So, one of the things that came up on the popped up on my feed this morning.
The interweb.
Yeah, the web of inter. And I sent it over to Dani, knowing full well that she's gonna raise her blood pressure when she sees it.
I tried not to, but it happened.
But I think it's definitely a conversation that is never going to go away, and it's only going to get heated as time goes on. Mm-hmm. And it's around two letters: AI. No, not Allen Iverson.
Oh,
not the answer. Not even though shout out to Allen Iverson, VP over at Reebok, doing your thing.
Doing his thing. Amazing.
Amazing stuff. Great basketball. If you don't know who AI is in terms of Allen Iverson, I'm sorry. You're not a basketball fan. You know nothing about basketball. That man had the best killer crossover.
Yeah.
Remember the first time he hit Michael Jordan with that killer crossover?
That's when basketball was basketball.
Oh, man, let me tell you.
Anyway,
yeah.
We digress.
Sport talk is tomorrow. But AI, artificial intelligence, and it's been on the rise in the last recent years with things like ChatGPT, really trying to take it to be more of an open source mainstream situation, regenerative AI for images and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that popped up in the feed, shout out to the Young Turks that came out with the story, was the fact that there are people using regenerative AI and deep fade technology to expose people in ways that are fake,
Not right.
not right. So they're taking people's photos and putting them in explicit content. And then having it out there as if it's representing a real image.
So I'm trying not to get mad. I'm trying not to.
Well, how can you not get mad? I mean, part of the problem with the AI thing is, well, one, from a media standpoint, there's no copyright on that stuff.
No.
There's no copyright protection. But more importantly, there's no requirement legally to like put warnings or labels or anything to let people know what you're looking at is AI generated.
Yeah.
Tim said, what? We're also old. Been retired for 10 years.
Very true.
Very
That's
true,
okay.
Tim. Very true, Tim.
We all aged ourselves today.
That's
It's
right.
Fine.
That's right.
It's fine.
But the thing is, at what point is the government going to step in and put some regulation on this thing?
When it happens to their own family.
Well, who's the wrong family, though?
No, their own. If someone in government is like my daughter that is 12, because there are a lot of sick people out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But if there's a picture of, we'll just say that person's 12-year-old floating around naked, they're going to do something. That's the only time it's going to happen.
Yeah. And it has to take something that drastic?
Yeah. That's the only way it's going to happen. Other than that, it's...
I mean,
I'm trying not to.
You can see Dani here if you're watching. She's like biting her lip.
Yeah, it's so aggravating, especially knowing that there's, I want to say child porn.
Yeah.
Because that's technically what it is, especially if it happens to anyone younger than 18.
Yeah.
Floating around unknowingly.
Yeah.
And then you see it online. That's devastating.
It's massively devastating. Like, people can lose jobs.
Lose jobs off of a picture that is not even theirs.
Yeah. And 90%, over 90%, they said in the study that they cited, were targeting young women.
Because it's an easy target. I wish I didn't say that, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't even know how you regulate it because, like, let's say you capture the image, but how do you trace it back? Like, who do you charge for that kind of thing?
It's a great question.
Let's say you go for a job interview or you're working and you lose your job over something like this. Do you then have recourse to take your company to court for wrongful dismissal?
But how do you prove that, though? That's the next thing. How do you prove that this picture is
AI.
fake? Yeah.
Some pictures you can tell.
But AI is literally getting better by the hour.
It is getting better by the hour, but there's certain things you can tell. Like, for example, even if it's like, say, storytelling, like articles,
Yeah.
you can kind of tell if it's an AI generated article if you know what to look for. If you know what to look for,
Right.
The average person does not really know what to look for
Right.
that stuff, so they think it's all real.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts? Because it's a very aggravating topic. Honestly.
Tim, who's and just so you know, Big Tim's in the building. He is a tech guy, and he just put there is forensic data in images.
Interesting.
We're gonna have to get Tim on here to talk more about that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. A lot of people don't realize that almost everything is trackable.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Yeah. Everything. Like, FBI could be looking at me right now and I wouldn't know.
They probably are.
Oh.
Especially since we're talking about terrorist attacks on the border of Canada.
Right. I'm not planning anything.
All we're saying is report the story properly,
yeah,
okay?
yeah, okay.
Do the research and don't just throw words out there if you haven't done the investigation.
Yeah, that part.
Right?
Yeah. I want to see how far this is going to go.
Yeah.
Like where the end line is, because there has to be one.
Well, the AI topic is it's never going to go away.
No, this is the way of life now.
Yeah, it's never, like, I don't know if you the other day we were on here and we were talking about the actors strike in the U.S. That just wrapped up.
Yeah.
And that was a 4 to 5 month strike, which, by the way, all your TV shows next spring are probably going to be delayed.
Yep. All of them.
All your movies?
Delayed.
Delayed. But the biggest sticking point in that strike was that the movie houses, they wanted a clause so that they could use AI. And the whole idea is when they sign you on to a project, they would take digital imaging of your likeness, your voice, and everything, store it in a data bank, and let's just say the movie does well, and they're going to do a part 2. They can then use regenerative AI to bring your character back in said film without notifying you, without any special extra compensation. And that's just the way it has to be.
Wow. There's actually a movie I saw, I think last month, with that exact same storyline.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to find it and send it to you.
Send it to me. I want to watch that.
Because it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Where it was almost like a Truman Show. So like we're doing this right now. An hour later, you'll see yourself doing the exact same thing on TV.
Yeah.
With an actor that's not even in the movie. It's AI generated.
Okay.
So I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. I want to watch that.
If anyone knows the name of the movie, put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Hi, Gia.
Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things that, like, if you're an actor, why would you sign on to that?
Exactly. And you're not getting compensated for it.
No.
Yeah.
And the studio doesn't have to contact you or your estate. So like what that means is, Marvel just went through a whole traumatic episode with the Black Panther.
Right.
Invested a lot of money, time invested into the character. However, Chadwick Boseman sadly passed away. And they had to, on the fly, redo the whole thing, the whole mythos of the Black Panther. What Marvel is saying is if we had these rights, we could just throw Chadwick Boseman back in the movie like nothing ever happened.
But everyone knows it. Okay.
Without telling his family that we're doing this or compensating his family.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong. But at the same time, that's entertainment. They want all the money for themselves.
They want all the money for themselves.
Yeah.
And Kendra's saying that's so creepy. It is very creepy.
Very creepy.
The word I would use is asinine.
Yeah. That's like Greg is AI right now and we wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, totally said that out loud.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're down to the home stretch here of the show. Is there anything happening event-wise in your world? Anything that you wanted to let people know? How they can get a hold of Trincan, Dani, see all the socials or anything that's coming up?
Yeah, actually, Trincan is holding now a 2-week workshop for the kiddies.
Yeah.
We have a Caribbean folk dance and stilt walking, aka Moko Jumbi, that is happening every Friday and Saturday. So if you guys are interested, you can email info@trincansteele.org or message me on Instagram at Danielle Plays Pan, and I can get the info for you. It's an amazing program for your kids to get out, learn something new. We also have a steel pan workshop that is happening in 5 minutes for kids, but we're planning on doing it every year. So if it's something that you think your kids are interested in, or if you want to do a one-on-one, again, you can email info@trincansteele.org or message me on Instagram at Danielle Plays Pan.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Dani, thank you for coming in studio.
Of course. I'm always welcome.
That's right. And, we're going to have you in a lot more, especially in the new year, I hope. I hope so.
Yeah.
Kiki, if you're listening. Tim, make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here for sure.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, we're going to be heading out. We're going to leave you with I Am a Bajan by Rupi because it is Barbados Independence Dinner tonight, and it is also Cariwest weekend.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking us into your homes, your radios, your studios, wherever you listen to the Weekend Morning Show on a Saturday morning. Hopefully, we got your weekend off right, and we'll be back here tomorrow, 7 a.m., doing some sports talk with Ashley. You'll get to meet her, see who she is, but she's big into basketball.
Nice.
So it's gonna be, maybe I'll ask her about the whole AI and the answer and all that stuff tomorrow as well. But tune in then. Till now, enjoy the rest of your day, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Barbados boy, won't give it up for the world.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Barbados boy, won't give it up for the world. Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Come on, let's go. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a